Well, with Mark, I'm Lyle, and Mark, we are blessed tonight. Old buddy Luke Hinges is going to join us here in just a moment. I don't know what the gang
What the heck was that? Doing some Talladega Nights down here at the bottom.
What do you say? We welcome some people into the show and chat.
Absolutely. What's going on, everybody? Let me get the list up here. I see 922 Crappie Barbecues in the house. What's going on? I got Adventures with Robin C. She's a channel member. Thank you for your support, Robin. Lyle appreciates it. Avid Fisherman in the house. There's a new one, I think. Becky Mueller. What's going on, Becky? How are you? Crappie Day Fish On is also a member. Thanks for your support. Dan Thompson's a channel member. Thank you very much, Dan. Appreciate you. Double Hook Angling. What's going on, David? How are you? There's Fishin'. I think that's a new one. How you doing, Fishin'? Fishing with Squirrel. What's up, Dawson? How you doing, bud? It's all mine. Hi, Michelle. How are you, dear? Hopefully that kitchen's almost done. Joe Buck 66 crew member. Am I the only one left here? Where'd everybody go? I think I'm the only one left. They all left me. We got Joe Ziegler in the house. What's up, Joe? There's Lyle. He's in chat. Lyle, Panfish Nation. Parker Pursuits. What's up, Parker? There's Nina's kayak crew. How you doing, Nina? Real and Virtual Outdoors. What's up, Troy? Setting hooks and crossing eyes. Ryan, what's going on? That river's open, buddy. We got to get out there pretty soon. Super Smurf Eric Fishing. What's going on, Eric? Uncle Jeep in the house. Uncle Jeep. He likes bacon as much as I do. Want to be outdoors. What's up, Matt? How you doing, bud? Let's see who else. If I missed anybody, Robin, Avid Fisherman in the house. What's up, Avid? How you doing? I did say hello to David over at Double Hook Angling. He is a channel member. I appreciate you, David. I think we got there's Mr. Kim Burnett. How you doing, Kim? What's up, buddy? Loving my favorite rod. A good deal. Actually caught a channel cat on it. Haven't caught a crappie on it yet, but that's going to happen this week, I hope. I think I got everybody, Lyle. Welcome back.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know.
Luke left and you left too.
I think you kicked me off.
I didn't kick nobody off. I might have. Just don't be mean to me in the green room before we start the show. You won't do that again.
I was afraid she's going to do the same stuff to me Chad does.
Never. Hey, there's Laura the Explorer. What's going on, Laura? How you doing?
Laura was live today.
Oh, she was, I heard.
Yep.
Did she get on any fish, I hope?
I don't know. I watched it for just a minute, and then I had to leave. I had something come up, and I couldn't stay and watch it. And maybe I'll get to tune in to it later.
There's another new name in the chat. Fisherman Sid. What's going on, my friend? How are you? Welcome.
Glad to have you in here. Hope you enjoy your stay. Come back and see us. We appreciate it. If you haven't, give us a thumbs up. Please do so if you like our content. And who's not going to like visiting with Luke? And you can always subscribe or join as a member. There he's gone again.
Yeah, Aaron was here and gone. YouTube's doing all sorts of funny stuff this week. We had a big, long talk about it on Hog Leg Show.
I think they do that because they can.
They could very well
welcome to Panfish Nation, buddy.
You know, pleasure to be here with you gentlemen today.
Who you calling gentlemen? You wasn't saying that before we went live.
Happy to be here
my dad don't even live close to here.
Oh, man, it was great you messaged me tonight because we was going to wing it, and it's always a fun show when you join us, and you said you had an announcement.
I do have an announcement to make.
Would you like to make it now, or you want to wait a little bit? If you make it now, we're going to have some questions, so it's a matter of whether you want to answer.
Well, I can say it now if anyone cares. Nobody might cares. And
I care.
You care.
Yeah,
I kind of care.
The announcement is that Fish on Luke is coming to an end, I think, and but that doesn't mean it's the end of YouTube. It means it's the start of YouTube, and me and myself and Miss Tara are starting our a channel together, an outdoors channel for our fishing, our hunting, our agate hunting, our camping. It'll kind of be just a smorgasbord of a bunch of different cool stuff. Hopefully everyone likes a lot of catch and cooks and just stuff. We're going to try to include both of us and be a team instead of just my channel and you know, Tara, obviously not everyone knows, but Tara edits all of my videos for me. And it's hard for her to get her own content when she's editing all my stuff and we're making videos for me. So why not make a channel together, you know?
It makes
I
sense
think that
to me.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. I like seeing you two fishing together.
You have a link. I assume that you're not set up with a link yet.
No, we're thinking of our names still. We're gonna do it ASAP. Get our domains bought. I'm thinking Beauty and the Beast Outdoors, but we're not sure.
That really fit the bill. I gotta say.
You're welcome. You make sure when you find that name, you message me first so I can beat Chad to being your first sub, bud.
Yeah, I was gonna say like old man, young woman, one of those maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, at 36, you're an old guy.
I feel old,
I don't
but
want
I'm
nothing
excited.
yet.
I'm excited to rebrand, get a new channel, make a domain, and like I told you guys, we're eventually gonna have a professional studio and do a podcast with us too, and have a guest every couple weeks or so. I think it'll be kind of fun to do hunting and fishing, and even like outdoors people, not even rock hunters, even, and it could be anything, you know.
Man, I'm so excited for you. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're getting into learning how to do apparel ourselves and a lot of different cool stuff. I think it'll be really fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll change that background for you, Lyle.
Thanks. Needed that. Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's some special news, and very excited for you guys to get this going, and looking forward to, and you can always count on us on Catfish Weekly or Panfish Nation if there's ever anything we can do for you at any time. All you got to do is say the word, and we'll make it happen.
Right, you'll know when we make our page. You'll be the first ones to know. So
That'd
Cool
be
deal.
awesome. We'll do everything we can to help you.
Same with me. If you need any help, give me a holler. I'll be willing to do what I can for you, bud.
yeah, I appreciate it.
There's the star. There's the star right there.
There's the star of the new channel.
Sweet.
Get used to that because you're going to get a lot of that coming up.
The young and beautiful one. I'm just the guy on the channel now.
Yeah.
So
well, hey, whatever it takes.
I'll take it.
You've had your time in the sun, man. A few years ago, when you was having 400, 500, 600 people watch you on a weeknight for 4 hours holding the phone out in a boat with no fish biting.
Yeah, it's back when I had an average view retention of almost 3 hours. It was crazy.
Exactly. When you become really popular doing that, nobody was even close to doing what the numbers you did. Not even close.
Everyone live streams fishing now.
But they still don't have the numbers you had.
That's okay. It's cool to see how much it's growing.
Well, it is. And I was talking here not very long ago, and I don't remember which show it was on, but when we used to have to use Google Hangouts, it was so much of a pain in the ass to use. Nobody wanted to learn how to do it. And there was hardly anybody doing anything live because that was pretty much the only game in town. And it'd take you an hour to set it up, an hour to do everything else. And then you had to, if you done a podcast deal, you had to find a service that would actually work to load up for the podcast. And sometimes you had to wait till in the morning when there wasn't so many people on there trying to get it done. It was really tough to do all that with Hangouts, but with the stuff we have to work with now, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely changed a lot. I was right when Facebook Live started. I was on there. I don't know
what were you using to go live back in the day on YouTube?
What do you
just
mean?
Just the YouTube app? Could you get on through Studio back then? You could.
I was just on YouTube. And, well, Facebook for the first 4 years. That's when I had some pretty big streams on there.
Yeah,
and it was funny. I was in. I don't know what the circumstance was, but I was either watching Chunky stream and someone brought me up. They're like, the Fish on Luke in the chat? He's like, Fish on Luke has been live streaming way longer than I have. He's like, I used to watch Fish on Luke stream. He's like, I'm new to the game compared to him. I mean, there was some people, I don't know if anyone was really catfishing doing live streams before me in the country that I knew of.
I would like to mention that Fields to Water has joined us. Joe Buck 66, Sparkle Pursuits, and D is in the house.
Everyone's in here.
I also
Yep.
saw Catfishing with Kaz and Take Down Catfishing. What's up, Kenneth? How you doing?
Catfishing with Cause. I haven't seen Brenda in a long time.
Long
Welcome
time.
to chat, Brenda.
Whisker Dreams has popped in here. What's going on? Bugman22 as well. Welcome, everybody.
So, how much fishing are you going to try to do, and how much hunting and other stuff are you going to try to do, Luke? Are you going to divide it up to try to be equal amounts, or are some of it going to be stronger than others in some
I think it'll
areas?
be like 90% fishing. And we only really hunt birds in the fall, or late fall. So that won't be really we'll mix in walleye fishing and sturgeon fishing while we hunt. And then all summer we'll be making like videos finding agates and stuff like that.
You know, I hear you talking about agates on the podcast you do over at Old Carver. Can you explain us what an agate actually is?
Well, an agate is specifically it's an extremely, extremely old rock. Like 500 million years old. It is classified as a I don't remember. Tara's in chat. She knows all the scientific word, but it's a. If you've never seen an agate, it's a lot of them have rings or they're mixed with quartz, and they have like a smoothness to them. You can always tell when it's an agate. I have a.
So are they like considered like gemstones?
I mean, they're worth a lot of money if they're big.
No, I mean, are they more desirable than a polished stone of any other sorts? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, agates are, especially Lake Superior agates in this region.
uh-huh.
They're microcrystalline quartz is what they are. She said. There you go. I have a really good one. I have like 400 of them on my table here. Let me grab a good one.
Cool. We'll be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe Lyle, I believe Luke was talking about making a tabletop or a bar top out of this stuff, which sounds like it would be kind of a cool deal. Anytime
Absolutely.
you
That'd
throw
be neat.
together something like that and personalize it, make it your own, and put it in your man cave or in
Yep.
your entertainment part of your house, it's always a cool thing to have.
That's
Definitely.
right. Welcome, Lance McCouguy. Glad to have you in here. Dave with Double Hook Angling. Setting hooks and crossing eyes. Hey, Ryan, how's it going?
Ryan's got a question. He says, "What type of areas or grounds do you find them in, Luke?"
Rocks. Find them on gravel gravel roads. You can find agates. They're not always big, but any place where there's rock deposits.
Like creek banks, right?
Creek
Or
banks
creek
are really
beds.
one of my best one last year was a creek bed, a dried up creek bed. Gravel pits are really good, but that's not really a natural way to find them, but you can find a lot of them there. Creek beds are really good. If you find a river that has sandy beaches and then like parts of the sandy beaches are like pebbles, like size of golf balls or smaller, that's a really, really good place to find agates. Usually rock washes like that. But I have so this is what the outside of this agate looks like. It looks like a normal rock.
Yeah, let me give you a solo here. Hold on one second. There you go.
I
Oh,
want it to focus.
my job, Lyle.
But then if you see, I saw it's hard to. Why won't it focus? Go ahead. It's not focusing. That's not a good example.
It doesn't look half bad, actually.
But that's the inside of one.
So it's like a naturally polished piece of quartz is what we're looking at, right?
Well, not really. They're not naturally polished. These are all. This is what the outside of one looks like. So this is kind of you look for the reddish orange.
Okay.
Now,
And then the backside, when they break open, they have rings. They're already broke open, and if they're not broke open, they're I forget what they're called when they're whole, but you gotta like either saw them or there's a lot of like hundreds of little rings that you can't see on the camera, but they get pretty big. If you get like a 2-pounder, you can sell it for a couple grand if it's if it's a pretty one.
How do you get to the inside of them? You take a hammer and whack them?
Usually you get a water saw, tile saw.
Yeah, I'm thinking hammer.
Freddie, who's a gold miner, says agates are part of the gemstone family. Some are worth really nothing, but others are worth a lot. Nina and myself love gem hunting, aka rock hounding.
Yeah, Tara got me rock hounding real bad, and it's addicting once you find a sweet agate. It's hard to explain. You probably can't imagine it being fun, but it is a lot of fun.
kind of like mushroom hunting, only for rocks.
Yeah, it's like except you get to eat morels.
Yeah, that's true.
So what is a geode?
Sounds like a good question for the old Google.
They're going to expect you to be the subject matter expert.
Well, I will be once I start making videos. I'll actually read more. Tara's really knows a lot about it.
And Parker says he finds them occasionally on gravel bars on the Mississippi.
Yeah,
Sure
Mississippi's a really good area for finding them too. But they stick out when it's like they're a little damp and it's kind of sunny out. They stick out kind of like a sore thumb. They have an orange. The outside shell usually has an orange hint to them, and they look like they have like all of them will almost always have like little pores on them like that, like the Mars. And then when you flip them, then you see the inside. It's quartz and a bunch of lines with a bunch of different colors of minerals.
How do the rings get there? Is that from growing from age?
Yeah, it's layers of age and like growth. It's crazy.
It is. That's awesome. Them
Josh
are
says, yeah, but you can't throw morels, so rocks win.
It's true. That's true.
Oh man. Hey Maurice, how you doing, buddy?
Speaking of morels, that time of year is coming around. That means
Okay,
crappies for me.
Oh, I'm ready
There
for
he says Jode
morels.
is a round rock that has a void in it with crystals inside and some solid, some half full.
Yeah, it's like the purple ones, whatever those ones are.
Yeah. I don't know nothing about them, but that's
Yeah,
pretty
the
good.
geodes get huge. They get hundreds of pounds. But yeah, so you'll be seeing rock videos coming up, so that'll be exciting.
I think so.
Yeah, something different.
That's outside the box of normal what Luke would do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good.
Yeah, I'm excited for new stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the bird thing, for people that don't know, I'm pretty sure there's not a North American bird species that Luke can't name and tell you something about.
That's probably there's some I don't know, but
I don't know of any because I've seen you talk about every kind of imaginable bird and you knew about it.
yeah, my parents
And
are master birders, so
that's awesome.
I grew up with ornithology in my blood.
What was that? How'd you say that?
Ornithology.
The study of birds.
Yes.
I didn't know there was a name for that. I thought it was called bird watching.
I used to study bird books. Let's just say that.
That's cool. I mean, I enjoy watching them, but don't have a bird feeder in my yard, but I do have a squirrel feeder. But there's a reason for that. We'll talk later.
We have a couple that we're friends with, and she's a big sandhill crane fanatic.
Oh,
and I made the mistake at a dinner party of saying they're the ribeye of the sky. She didn't talk to me since.
Yeah, I love sandhills too, but they're also delicious. So
They are.
They are.
They are. They're not legal to kill in Missouri, but you can go to Kansas and do enough for that out.
yeah, same as here.
I don't get it.
I've seen more sandhill cranes here in the last 2 weeks than I think I've ever have. So it's
That's
pretty cool
cool
to see them up here.
I always hear them when I'm in Mendota. They're always out there in the marsh.
They're moving their
not
way
the
down
marsh,
this
but
way.
the field. They're not really marsh birds per se, but yeah, they're always sitting on that side of that gravel road out in that field.
You know, I know you're not going to stay with us too long tonight, Luke, so I want to get my jabs in while I can.
Yeah, I like jabs.
Yeah, I know you do.
To answer his question, I have. Yes. I caught one with my 20 gauge.
A what?
A snipe.
Oh, yeah. People think that's a joke thing, but there really is snipe, and there's a snipe season in Missouri.
Yeah, I got one before.
That's cool. Mendota. I know you and Tara are coming to Mendota this year. You're going to get there in the mid part of the week, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep.
What's your goals when you get there this year?
You know my goals, Lyle. The
But
big
everybody
3-0.
else don't.
30-pounder this year. I want to get it. I've been so close. And
I'll have one caught by the time you get there, dude.
My goal is 31 pounds.
You're just overdoing it now, Mark.
Yeah.
Hey, gotta shoot for the sky.
Kearney, Nebraska, Sandhill, capital of the world, Northeast Kansas fishermen.
I worked out there for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that friend of ours that I was talking about, she actually rents blinds to take pictures of sandhills out in Kansas.
There you go. That'd be cool.
That's cool. Yeah, it's
Fishing
cool.
has joined
Oh,
us.
go ahead.
That's okay.
I was gonna say when people hunt cranes and they run dogs to retrieve cranes, the dogs have a lot of the guys that run dogs put goggles on their dogs so they don't peck their eyes out.
Yeah. Well, if you kill them dead to start with, you don't have to worry about that.
That's true. There's Tara's goal, greater than 25.28.
Hey, that's a great goal, Tara, and that's extremely doable.
I agree.
You know, it really is.
Yeah, she was contemplating mounting that or getting replicas out. I was like, you should just wait for the one.
It'll
And,
come. It will. That's what I'm waiting on.
25 is obviously a ginormous channel cat.
Yeah.
But they'll be bigger. It'll happen. I'm confident on that.
You know, the one I caught, the 23 and a half pounder isn't even close to 30, and that thing was a slob. I don't know what else to say. It was a freak of nature. I can only imagine what a 30 is going to look like.
Yeah, about a 39 by 24 will get you at about 30 pounds. So that's
Yeah,
where it's gotta be.
Is that what we're looking for measurement wise?
39, 24 will be right at about 29 to 30.
I got the measurements on the one that I caught that was 29.9. I have to look them up. I don't remember what they are right offhand, but it was amazing. But it's way off from that formula. But we have it videoed where it weighed it and everything. 29.9. That's a freaking. I've never caught anything close to that in Missouri.
That's
I promise
so big.
I need to make sure to put like a cloth measuring tape in my boat because I don't have one. I've just been using my scale. So if I do come across ever a fish, I want to.
Well, that measurement won't do you any
replica
good for records.
Yeah.
If you ever decide to try to get a record, it's got to be weighed, and it has to be weighed on legal for trade scales too. So the little handheld ones, none of them are legal for trade.
I'm just talking about getting a replica made.
No, that's why I got the measurements. But once I found out what the replicas cost, I'm kind of stuck with the measurements. Them replicas are high. They cost a lot. Do re me.
Your number 3 son Chad will pay for it for you, Lyle.
Oh yeah, he's got the Chad Fields money. I forgot.
Yeah, my 27.2 was 38 by 23.5 or 24.
That sounds good. Yeah. That's big fish, man. That's a big fish.
Big old thick one.
And that's the thing. And those channel cats up there, and I've caught them up in the Red River and all over the United States. I've never seen any with whiskers as long and dark black as those have up there.
Isn't it crazy?
I think so.
20-pound channel cat with juvenile spots in it. That's ridiculous. I don't understand.
So I'm trying to figure out what was wrong with some of those fish last year. I feel like they have that neurological disease in that lake or something because
I don't understand what you're saying.
We had a lot of twitchers, man.
Yeah.
We'd hold them in the water and they just like jerk. And I'd never seen that there before. It was like really twitchy, really weird.
I thought last year a lot of things was a little strange. We caught great numbers of fish. Cindy and I did, but we didn't catch the really big ones like we usually do. And that was strange for me. And we caught great fish. I'm not complaining about the size of it. But we didn't get any over 25, and that's unusual for all the trips that we've ever been there. Maybe it'll be different next year. I was concerned that sorry, I'm reading chat from a guy. I was concerned that maybe they'd been over harvesting those fish, but I don't think so. They just don't eat them up.
I don't think that's. I think there's still plenty of big fish. I sent you a picture of my 27.2, Lyle.
Well, I'm just saying, they just don't eat them up there, and that's okay with me.
Yeah. Send it to me, Luke. I'll share it out. Ryan over at Setting Hooks and Crossing Eyes says, you measure with a piece of line if you need to. Mark, there's a good tip right there.
Have you a Sharpie in the boat? Mark it on your string.
Yeah, it's the last resort, but it works,
Hey, whatever it takes. You don't know. That may be the biggest channel cat. You might go up there this year and catch the biggest channel cat of your life. I feel like I probably already have caught the biggest one of my life, but I'm only 1/10 of a pound away from a 30. So I'm not giving up on that.
And there's other places in the country where there's probably bigger channel cats, but you won't catch as many and as quality as many.
That's exactly right.
As
The
many
best
quality fish. When we were there last year, I think I put 38 in a boat. Only one of them weighed 9 pounds. Everything was 14 and heavier. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I found out using frogs on the marsh back there, Lyle, it's all nothing. We could not catch anything but bullheads on frogs.
We have a history with frogs, don't we, Luke?
Oh yeah, love my frogs.
We're
fishing our first.
We never caught any giants on the Red River when we was up there. We caught great fish,
Yeah,
but not any mega fish. But it was a lot of fun fishing.
That Red River is on my list of places to fish.
Well, my next spot is one of a place where Luke goes with great success, and that's below the Lockport Dam.
Yeah,
he's been up there and caught lots of fish, and that's where I want to go at some point.
Yeah, that's my 27 too.
That's a big one. Look at the whiskers on that bad boy. They're
ridiculous. What are you talking about, man? And how dark that fish is.
Yeah, that was a very weird looking fish.
Look at his tail.
Dude, the girth on that tail was just stupid.
Ridiculous.
Them tails at the back are so thick. Yeah. There's a steak right there.
No, it's nuts how big those whiskers are just special on those fish.
They are. It's unbelievable. And people say that's got to be a flathead. It's not a flathead. That's a channel cat.
Yeah, channel cat.
I was watching another stream that had Spencer on a week ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe. And people were giving him flack about channel cats and he kind of got up. He didn't get upset, but he said the channel cats are where it's at, and I kind of have to agree with him. I love chasing flatheads. Flatheads are my favorite, but I've never been disappointed with a big channel cat ever.
No, they're great.
They're the hardest fighting ones of all.
Mm-hmm.
At least in my opinion, they are.
Yeah,
and they're like they fight all the way to the boat.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
I'm gonna be doing some dock flipping this year. Try some different stuff I've never done. I want to try for Chans.
Okay.
I want to try some new stuff. I want to throw more bobbers this year. I didn't throw any last year. Bobber fishing's fun.
Somebody that did.
How'd they do?
Really, really good.
Was it Troy and Amy?
What's that?
Troy and Amy.
Lyle and Cindy did really good on them bobbers.
Did you?
Yeah.
You suspend them or put them right on the bottom?
Suspended them. Just off the bottom. Yeah.
I want to try it. I think that'd be really fun.
I've done pretty good with bobbers for flatheads this year.
Ice rod with a bobber was a ton of fun.
Oh, I bet that was great.
It was a blast. I caught, what was it, 21 something on that ice rod on a bobber with Chad and Dee had pulled in right beside us, down a little bit, and caught that right as they was pulling in. Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. There was a couple times last year we just parked the boat right in the cattails and cast it out and crushed.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre once you start finding the fish. I mean,
it is.
It's crazy.
I have such success in the marsh. I really don't like going to the big lake because I know what I'm going to find. And I might not find it there every day. This past year we did. But I wanted to go to the big lake just because I'm tired of dragging the boat motor through all that muck.
Right.
And calling Chad up, say, Chad, go get my shallow water anchor because it's stuck in the mud and I can't get it out.
Well, that reminds me, I got to get a longer pull anchor before we go to Mendota this year.
Yeah, I need to order an extension for mine.
My 8-footer was not long enough.
No, that's how I lost mine. And I've got 2 12s now. And I wondered if I should have got 2 16s because you can shove almost 8 foot of it in that muck.
Yeah, Tara's right. When I net her big fish, I couldn't even get the net under the fish. We were in such shallow water.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know you will, Chad. Thank you. One thing that people don't understand is when you're in that shallow water, and them giant channel cat, they get up on their tail and walk like a bass does.
Oh yeah.
And I've yet to get that on video for whatever reason. That's the coolest sight that you can ever imagine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when
we got it on our Northwoods channel a little bit.
Oh man. That was something else I want to ask you about. How is the Northwood gang?
Northwoods gang is good. Jacob, his TV show just ended for forever.
Oh really?
Yep. So he's got a different position in a company that bought him out. So he was the cameraman there for 4 years as the producer and videographer for In Depth Outdoors on Fox, and then they just had their last episode a couple weeks ago, and then he got a position with a big raise and more benefits, so he's happy about that.
Heck yeah.
I know he was doing a photo shoot for Rapala this last week, so I think that was his last one.
Good deal. What about the other two?
Peter's having more kids.
He needs to figure out what's causing that.
He's got a couple more kids now. He bought a new house.
Good for him.
He's doing really well. Blake, I don't talk to as much. We kind of lost touch with Blake a little bit, but Blake's been. I talked to Blake a while back. He was doing good. I think he was thinking about selling his boat at some point, but
he sold that Maserati. You said.
Yep.
I'm so disappointed.
You like those, huh?
I don't know. I never got to see one in person. I'm thinking I'd like it a lot.
Yeah.
Well, my buddy sells Maseratis. We can get you in one.
I just need to look. I ain't into buying.
Oh.
Yeah, let's go for a cruise.
Probably not. I drove a Lotus GT one time. I really, really liked that.
Yeah, go-kart that's a car?
Yeah, it was a go-kart with a 351 Cleveland, and it'd been gone through. It was bad.
Oh, that's cool.
But I like it a lot.
You guys have the counter days going down for Mendota or what? You have a counter going?
I know, but we need to. I'm surprised Mark don't have one going.
I might. Let me see if I put it in.
I thought we had one at some point.
What's that?
I thought we had one at some point a couple years ago.
Did last year. I bet Betty's got one going.
I'm curious how long away it is. Oh, also, me and Tara got plane tickets. We're going to Idaho in 5 weeks.
Sturgeon?
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
55 hours, 3 days, and 19 minutes. Or 55 days, 3 hours, and 19 minutes.
That makes sense. 55 days. I got a lot of work to do between now and then.
I like that. Yeah, Tara wanted her first white sturgeon, so I booked plane tickets, and I said, let's go.
There you go.
Yeah.
What river are you fishing out there?
The Snake River.
The Snake River.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Yeah, it should be fun.
You'll see a Maserati on the way to Mark's house.
You won't see one when he gets here, that's for sure.
I got you, man. Well, I'm excited. So, you guys are not doing anything with Northwoods as of now?
I just talked to Jacob last week. I think we're gonna maybe try to do a couple shows this summer, like big time production shows, just to do it.
I think you should.
We have the cameras, and Jacob has the knowledge and the skills to make that happen. I think it would be fun to get me, Peter, and Jacob together for a Flathead episode. I think that'd be really fun.
Oh, absolutely. That'd be great. That would really be great. And what about live streams from now on, Luke? Are you going to be doing any live night fishing like you used to?
Yeah, I think I'll do some on the Tiki-Taki.
That's too bad.
No, but I'm going to do I haven't decided how I'm going to do lives on YouTube yet. If I'm going to start ripping them out on the new channel or just use Fish on Luke for lives. I haven't decided how we're gonna do that. We got to talk about. Me and Tara have to talk about that. But I definitely want to do live streams for sure.
No, that's good because that was that got you on the map.
Yeah,
it really did, and it was fun. It was fun. Now, I watched a lot of your shows when you done Twitch, but I never did understand all about that. I know a lot of people did, but it was confusing for me.
Yeah, it went really well for when it was there, and then there was a falling out between me and Twitch, so I just left and said I'll never not do it again. So
did you get banned? You didn't get banned from there, did you?
No, long story short, I qualified for partner, which is as high as you can be on Twitch.
Uh-huh.
I averaged 100 and something for a month straight, and they ended up not approving me my first round, and I was pretty salty about it.
boy.
And then the guy later told me, he's like, you should apply it again after the next month. I was like, dude, I ain't gonna beg to get on there. If I didn't know if I deserved it, but I worked hard to get to where I was, and I just didn't get it. So I just said screw it and left that. So try them all.
What's going on, Rob? Rob
You're
says,
so right, Rob.
Old guys
so
do
right.
Twitch, but they're usually in a ambulance on the way to the hospital.
Twerk. I think Rob needs twerk. Oh man.
Yeah, I think the only thing we're gonna keep separate for social media is gonna be our TikToks. I think everything else will be one thing. We need a lot of focus. I think to surpass, to get where we want to get, and I think you really need to be really consistent. Which I've been on Fish on Luke. It just hasn't really taken off like I'd hoped. I haven't putting out the content or caught the fish I wanted to catch, and I kind of get. People are telling me you have over 2,000 subs in a year of me having a channel. And people think that's amazing. To me, it doesn't feel amazing because I've had a channel that had 40,000 already.
Mm-hmm.
So it's tough to go backwards and start at zero.
It is, but sometimes it's for the best.
And Northwoods was kind of the perfect storm where I was live streaming, which got us some popularity a little bit, and then I caught a decent sized blue cat, which kind of really put us on the board.
There's some people that came in here a little later. Luke, you want to go over again what you guys have planned with Tara?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop producing videos for my Fish on Luke channel that I started a little over a year ago. I got up to 2,100 subscribers. It's still growing, like pretty well. But I'm gonna stop that channel for the most part, and myself and Tara are gonna start a new channel. We don't know the name of it yet, but it's going to be in the next week. We're going to decide and buy our domains and make a channel and start making videos together as a one cohesion of people instead of just my channel, and she's putting in so much work on my channel where she has her own channel too. We just decided the best route to go is doing something together and growing as a pair and really both focusing on one thing where we can really hammer it down and do something people really want to enjoy to watch. That's our goal.
That's great. I'm happy for you guys. I think it'd be a lot of fun watching you go from the beginning and take off again.
I'm really excited to do this with her, so
yeah,
it should be fun.
I think so. I think
you guys are going to do fantastic, and we wish you the best of luck. Definitely.
Oh, I appreciate it.
We was going to have Josh.
As long as it's not a 30-pound channel cat.
Yeah,
it's going to be, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh Angler was supposed to join us tonight, but he's having problems. John's going a little fit. That's the Uncle Chad coming out in him. I'm pretty sure. Like maybe Uncle James, who knows? But he's not going to be able to make it. But we wanted to give him a shout out about his bass tournament that's going to be held Sunday on the Weekend Angler Channel, and I was supposed to participate in that. And the body of water that I was going to fish, Cindy and I went out yesterday. Luke, you'll appreciate this, especially since I don't do much bass fishing. We caught 7 bass in 45 minutes, and none of them was legal because they had to be 1 pound or larger. But I wouldn't have cared catching them at that rate. I would have went out and fished it, even if none of the fish weighed when you're catching them that fast. The issue was there's no phone signal out there. We couldn't use my phone, couldn't use Cindy's, and that's the only body of water I had counted on fishing. So I'm not going to be able to do it. But they're going to have the tournament. I think they rounded it out and got everything going. So I believe it starts at 8:00 Sunday morning Central Time. So be sure to tune in and watch Josh and Chad and whoever else is in there. I'm not sure who else is in that tournament, but it'd be a lot of fun. And in some areas, it's going to be kind of cold. It would started out for me at 19, but we had planned on fishing, but with no signal, you just can't. You can't go out. There's no sense going out there and catching them fish if you can't nobody knows it but you.
It's
So
true.
we're not gonna be out there Sunday morning, but Josh needs me. I'll help him on the broadcast or whatever. But like I say, it's gonna be a little nippy, so them guys are gonna earn them fish. I got a feeling. So be sure to tune in.
And yeah, also for you guys down south of us, Mississippi River, we're starting to melt, and that river is going to be flooding soon. So get ready.
You having warm temperatures?
We're going to be in the 40s next week. Our river's open here now, and that snow is starting to melt. If we get a really, really warm week, it's going to flood really bad. We have a lot of snow.
There you go. How deep is the snow up your way?
I would say we probably have like 2.5 or 3 feet in the yard.
Still?
Wow.
Better you than me.
My
Man, if
parents
that all
just
melts
got,
off fast, it's going to be tough.
yeah, my parents just got 18 more inches the other day.
But they're north of you quite a bit, right?
3 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been a lot of snow this year, man. It's been crazy.
And we didn't have hardly any. Yay! Of course, Sparky's had some.
A little bit on and off.
Hey, Richard. Glad to see you in here tonight. Richard's going to be fishing that tournament. Says it's going to be 23 with 12-mile-an-hour winds. That ought to be a blast.
Sounds horrible.
Yeah, it does.
It's going through a lot of suffering for some bait. I mean, bass.
Well, I've talked to the gentleman that owns this body of this lake that we're going to fish, and it's so overstocked. He wants some of them out of there. He said if anybody wants to stock a pond, I can catch them and haul them to a pond in a bait well, which we have. But I'm thinking there's crappie and bluegill in that pond. They're probably eating them all, so it's time to eliminate a few of them, and then yummy, yummy, yummy in Lyle's tummy.
Good
James
meal.
Almost says they're calling for snow here in West Texas, and all I got to say is it couldn't happen to a nicer guy, James.
That's exactly. Well, I was thinking about it for Jeremy, but James can get it too.
Well, look, you had something you had to do after a while, right?
Yep, I got to get some stuff done here before it's too late in the night.
All right. Well, Luke, thanks for coming on here and sharing out your stuff. And as always, if there's anything we can ever do to help you, all you got to do is say the word. We're always glad to have you on here, and you're always a great guest. And you and Stephanie, you guys have a great time with your new channel.
Tara, Lyle.
Tara.
Yeah, it's okay.
Watching Stephanie's comments here in chat and had her on the mind. But,
Mark calls her Tara, so it's okay.
That's a long story, Tara. But long story short is I call somebody whose name is actually Tara. Well, whatever. Never mind. Say my last name, then we can talk.
I can say her last name.
Well, let's hear it.
Brishbish.
No.
But she's close.
In my mind, that's how you say it.
In your mind.
You're comparing Tara to your gibberish last name, huh?
That's a tough one, man. I've tried to say it and I never have got it yet. So
I think you could still get it and he'll still say you're wrong.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on the whole thing.
I would have liked to have been a little birdie sitting there watching his school teachers try to pronounce that day after day after day.
I bet you that was exciting to listen to.
How many of them got it right, Mark?
A couple of them. There's a lot of the Polish people here in Chicago area. So
didn't you say in Poland? That's a pretty common name, though.
There's a town with my last name there.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a pretty common name even here in Chicago, actually.
Wow.
Tim Molina says fish bitch.
Fish bish.
That works for me.
That's what Betty started.
That's close. All right, boys, I got to roll out, but thanks for having me on. And thank you for everyone tuning in tonight to Panfish Weekly. This was your co-host, Luke.
Nice seeing you as always, Luke. Let us know when you get started. We'll help you get the word out, bud.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you.
All right, have a good one.
Bye.
What a great guy, man. Love old Luke. He's done a
Creel
lot.
says, I'm starting to think that Mark doesn't know how to pronounce it. You know, it's been said to me so many wrong ways, Creel, that you might be right. What's up, Tim Molina? How you doing? Look at this. And James Alba says that he says, Mark, here I've been nice and I started it. Didn't he said hello kids and Mark?
I didn't see that,
He
but I
did. He
don't
was
see a lot
starting
of
it
stuff
earlier.
that's in chat. But
Oh, Tara says, bless you. Tara. Oh my God, I said it wrong again.
oh
boy. So you're not going to be able to make it out there because no signal on Saturday. Hello?
no signal. Yeah, we was out there yesterday. Like I say, 45 minutes, 7 bass. That's a pretty good start. And I will tell the guys fishing in here, because the information that I have is no good to me. I'm not going to be able to do it. We caught we caught fish, and I got several to the bank and they got off. But they got off on a crankbait that James Dockery left on the door handle of my truck to catch crappie on. Because I knew the bass in that lake was small. So I took those out there, and actually I was going to try to catch some of the crappie that's in there, but I couldn't keep the bass off. And they was up close to the bank on the deep end where the dam is at. And we caught 4, I think, on that, and the others was caught on hand-tied jigs with long tails on them, crappie jigs with probably a 2-inch tail. So
them bass seem to they love hand ties,
they
especially
do.
if you got a nice longer tail on it. For some reason, they gravitate to them. The very first fish I ever caught on one of my own hand ties was a little ditch pickle, but it was still, the first one I caught on my own tied jig. So
Absolutely, and I enjoy jigging for them little bass. But like I say, the guy said that there is some really nice bluegill in there, which is what I'm looking for, and there's quite a few crappie in there. But as many bass as you can't get to them, you just can't. And there's so many bass in there that I think they're stunted, and I didn't realize it. And Josh told me that the bass had to weigh 1 pound. Well, I'm thinking the biggest one that I caught the other day was probably around 3/4 of a pound. The rest of them was smaller. But I wouldn't have cared. I'd have went if catching that many of them. I'd have went out there and caught them, whether they weighed or not, just to catch the fish because it
yeah,
was fun doing. And I never thought about going in there and winning that tournament anyhow. So just go out there and catch the fish and catch a big number of them and have a good time was my idea. But I'm the only one's going to know about it. What's the point?
well, sometimes it's all that counts. But if you want to fish a tournament, you obviously need signals.
Yeah, I can go out there anytime.
Yeah,
And catch them,
Yeah, I've been fishing here almost every day for the last last week or so, maybe week and a half.
How many spots did you tell me you hit today?
I hit 4 today. I did the rounds. I hit 3 on the river. I hit 1 on my little electric lake here, but we're just not getting any temperatures up yet to get
Come in here
to the bank spots.
I have a visitor.
Oh boy, here we go. Is it? I think I know who it is.
He gave me an emoji in person.
Oh, the honor.
Oh. I hope he comes back in here right quick.
And I timed out James Alba, just so you know, Lyle.
I am on the StreamYard. Are you on the Facebook? Or
I got them both running here.
Okay, I do too, but I don't ever watch the.
Is he not going to get behind this camera with you?
He took off.
Oh, James Dockery, show yourself.
I got something I want to show him. Well, we know that
It's not under your desk, is it, Lyle?
Well, he could have been. Hell, he may be underneath that little miniature Dachshund stand he got. No bigger he is.
He's probably visiting with his favorite Stokes, Cindy.
He probably is. I don't hear him in there, so I don't know where they're at or what they're doing. But
either that or he's in your refrigerator.
That's okay too. There ain't much left. I pretty much cleaned it out. I'm thinking that I may have to do another pork shoulder before long because I really like that.
I am getting ready to get that Smoker up too here. I got a couple ideas of some stuff that I want to do. And
Heck
you'll
yeah.
get pictures, that's for sure.
Heck yeah.
That was some channel cat. He shared that picture with us. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
closed that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Creole says that he's there just too short to be seen on the screen. Turn the camera down.
We don't want to. That's happened one too many times, Creel. If
Just
you only
once is
knew.
all it took.
Once was all. Lyle can't point his camera during a show or share screens out during a
Yeah,
show.
I've been kind of.
It's in my contract.
Oh man.
Oh, you know what I wanted to bring up with you, Lyle? I think I'm going to change that April 15th date for the Panfish Nation tournament or championship that we're going to start the series off on my channel. I think I'm going to give it a couple more weeks. I'm going to try and get it figured out here in the next day or so. I got some people that really wanted to fish it, asked me if I could change it because they're going to be at the Tennessee meet and greet that weekend, and they'd rather fish their home waters when they're going to compete. So I think it might be a good idea because I want to see people like Kenny Powell get in it and a couple of other folks. So hopefully we can have that happen. Maybe we can get Tim Molina in it. He can get on some panfish.
Yeah. James Allball be another be good to get in there.
He can let us know when he comes back from his timeout if he does come out. Usually he gets kind of hurt after you time him out and he never comes back. So
I think that that would be good. And for the people that don't know and want to get entered in that panfish, go to Mark's channel and you can register there. And I think that it would be a good idea that you do.
It was tentatively scheduled for April 15th, but I'm moving that date. Just keep an eye on my community tab. And if you want in on it, you can always email me at 1v1@catfishandcrappie.com and I'll add your name to the list. What we're doing is if we get more than the 8 people to be on screen, we will go to what we're calling the green wheel, which is pretty much the random wheel. We renamed it the green wheel because Mike Greenwell has the worst luck with it. We'll do that. So we renamed it that. Excuse me.
But yeah, I think that they need to get because only the top 2 transfer.
The top 2 people that win that day get transferred to the championship round. If you don't get in the top 2, you can come back for one of the other 3 qualifying rounds and try your luck at it again.
Which will be on Chad's channel, Dockery's channel, and Josh's channel.
Yep, absolutely. So,
but you got the first one, so get over there, get registered, get signed up for this. He'll get the date shut out. It'll all be straightened away, and we're going to catch a bunch of panfish. I know that myself is already entered, and I know another guy that's already entered. But I don't know who all else, but I know a couple guys. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And then you're qualified to be on the Panfish Nation Championship at when is that? October we're doing that?
I believe so. I don't have the dates open up.
Yeah, I don't have it open either, but
oh wait, do I? Yeah, I do. Actually, here's the dates. All right. Mine was originally set up for April 15th. We're going to change that one. Chad's doing one on June 17th. Josh is doing one on July 8th. Dockery on September 9th. And then we need to come up with the final date for the championship one yet. I don't have that written
September, so it'll most likely be in October.
Okay.
I'm guessing. I mean, with him having one in September, I'm thinking October.
No, public waters, Aaron, and here's the catch. Once you fish that water, you can't fish it again the next time.
Yeah. If you fish that water in Mark's tournament, you can't fish it, that particular body of water in any of the other competitions, whether you are qualified or not.
So like if Creole, for instance, fishes that awesome pond he's got right behind his house, if it's not public, well, he can't fish it if it's not public. If it is public, he can only fish it one day of the event.
Yep. And any of the others, he can't fish it. The qualifiers or the championship is my understanding of the way the rules run. Of course,
that is correct.
He didn't come back in here, so we don't know if that's because he's the rule guy. But he come up with a great idea and a great plan, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to having fun with it. And it's a tournament that everybody can participate in. You don't have to be somebody who's on trophy waters to have a chance to win.
Yep, that's right. That's right. And let's face it, if you're in an area like I'm at where you have Palm de Terre and Stockton and Truman and Lake Ozark, there's plenty of bodies of water to go.
Creole spoken like a man who drove race cars at one point.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't winning. Ask Rick Hendrick. He just paid a big old fine.
Ron Porter, welcome.
Hey, Ron. Oh, man. Well, that's about all I got for tonight, Mark.
Same here. I'll have my show on Monday night, as always.
Yep.
So tune into that. We want to make sure you tune in, obviously, like you do every week, to Catfish Weekly. And also remember, you got the bait shop on Thursday nights, and we'll be back here directly after that.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. We'll try to get everything put together. Let me see what I got on the calendar. Next week, we got a great guest coming up, Mark.
I know we do.
Koa is coming in. He is a marine biologist. He has a channel on YouTube. I'll get the link to that put up there. The man is so knowledgeable about fishing. I've watched his videos, and he can tell you the difference between every species of panfish, where you find them, what to use for bait, what kind of equipment you need. Get your questions ready. This guy has really got it going on. So it should be an outstanding show with just an outstanding guest. So I'll get that all put up and as early as we can, and you guys can check it out, and we'll go from there.
I got a couple of questions for the guy. Definitely. We just had a big old 3.5 pound crappie caught here at one of our local lakes that I happen to fish at a lot. They're claiming it's a hybrid. So I was going to ask him some questions about that, Lyle.
Well, that's the guy. He'll know, that is for sure. What is the bait shop? That's Chad Fields, Freddie, and Brian B get together, and they do a entertainment show before Panfish Nation on Thursday night. Starts at 7 Central. They do talk about fishing, but it's more about gigging each other.
It's on the Fields to Water YouTube channel.
Yep.
Go check it out. You can rewatch the one they had on tonight to get a good sample of what they do live every Thursday night.
Every Thursday night at 7. You'll enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. They do fish, and they do talk about fishing, but there's a lot more goes on there than just fishing. So it's a good time. You'll enjoy it. Other than that, I think that's it for us tonight, Mark. I want to thank everybody for watching. Be sure to jump in next week. We'll have a great guest, and you'll enjoy that show just as much. Thank Luke Hinges for joining us, and we'll see everybody next Thursday night.
Have a good one, everybody.